Okay, the second one, the big reason is that companies essentially run out of petty cash. It's not investment cash. It's more that they run out of money just to keep going. Um, and I wonder whether you've got any examples of that, Bill.
Well, some of those I think of sort of the colossal failures back from 20 years ago. Pets.com. They ran out of money trying to figure out their business model. So last week we talked about the difference between a startup and a company. Startups are there to discover that scalable, repeatable business model. And Pets.com never figured out the very simple piece of it, which was shipping. They couldn't sell the product at a price that made the shipping possible for people to be able to want to do it. So, and that was investor money, but that was all their money, and they just couldn't do it. They scaled a company without solving the biggest problem in front of them.
Yeah, I'll just add a personal one actually that doesn't come in my notes later on, but when I was running a freelance editorial business 25 years ago, what I had to stop that because I hadn't realised that in the second or third year of paying tax in the UK in those days, you had to pay the next year's tax as well as this year's tax, and I didn't have the money. So essentially that was the end of that business. Yeah, maybe sometimes it's not necessarily your fault. It's that you don't necessarily know what the rules are, or the rules change under your feet, and that can be a problem sometimes.